Hello students, in this video we are going to start second part for our chapter, that is the magnetic effects of electric current. Now in the last lecture we have done about the Biot-Savart's law, that was mathematical tool, or you can say that is used to find the magnetic field due to the current carrying conductor. Now in this video we are going to discuss about the Ampere's circular law, that is also a law that is used to find the magnetic field due to different current carrying structures. Okay, you can say that current carrying conductors to find the magnetic field. Now what is the definition of the Ampere's circular law? According to Ampere's circular law, the line integral of magnetic field around the closed path, the line integral of magnetic field around the closed path is mu naught times the current threading the loop. Mu naught times the total current that is threading the loop. Now next one is the proof of this law. We are going to prove the Ampere's circular law. Firstly for the circular loop, then for any arbitrary loop. First one is the for the circular path. For circular path, let us suppose we have a straight current carrying conductor. Current I is flowing in the upward direction. This is the point P at which or at a distance R from this current carrying conductor, and I have drawn a circular loop of radius R around this current carrying conductor. If you let us suppose the current flowing through this loop is anti-clockwise. If you are going to calculate a direction of the magnetic field anti-clockwise, the current is flowing in the anti-clockwise direction. I am going to curl my fingers in the anti-clockwise direction. The thumb will point in the downward direction, or the magnetic field is acting in the downward direction. You can see that this is the direction of the magnetic field here. And if you are going to calculate the length vector here, we are going to calculate the length vector, that is also acting in the same direction. So the magnetic field B is acting in this direction and the length vector is also acting in the same direction. Okay. So B dot dl, we are going to solve from the left hand side. B dot dl, that will be equal to integration over the closed path B dl cos 0 degree. Because the magnetic field and dl vector both are acting in the same direction. So from here B integration dl. Now B is magnetic field at a point P from the current carrying conductor at a distance R, and that is given by B is given by mu naught by 4 pi 2 I by R. Now length will be 2 pi R. R goes with R, 2 pi goes with 2 pi and 4 goes with 2 into 2. So from here you are left with B dot dl is equal to mu naught, and this is the statement of the Ampere's circular law. Next we are going to prove the Ampere's circular law for any arbitrary path. Second one is the for any arbitrary path. We are going to calculate the we are going to prove Ampere's circular law for any arbitrary path. Let us suppose again we have this straight current carrying conductor. Current is flowing in the vertical upward direction, and this is any arbitrary path around this, or any closed loop, arbitrary closed loop. I want to prove it. Now I have divided this into elementary portions such that each having the length different one. First dl1, dl2, dl3 up to so on dln. I have divided this into n elementary portions such that this is subtending to d theta 1, d theta 2, d theta 3 up to d theta n. d theta n. आपके पास एंगल्स बन रहे हैं. And next is the, I am going to apply the principle here. The sum of the angles d theta 1, d theta 2 up to d theta n, that will be equal to 2 pi. Because we are going to complete the full circle. So the angle will be equal to 2 pi. Now what is the value of d theta 1? d theta 1, arc upon radius. Let us move, it is arc. First one will be d theta 1 will be dl 1 by r1, that is d theta 1. d theta 2 will be dl 2 by r2 and so on. d theta n, then it is dl n upon rn. Okay, so in this way I have written the value of the smaller angles. Those are subtended by the each elementary portion at the center of this particular arbitrary loop. Now next is the, I am going to open the line integral of magnetic field over this closed path. B dot dA. That will be equal to, I can write it as a B dot dA1, or you can say here that the B1, because the distance of the observation is going to vary, plus B2 dot dL2 up to from Bn dot dLn. So in this way I will write the dot product, or I can open the line integral over the closed path of magnetic field. Now if you are going to open this, firstly B dot dl1, B dot dl1, it can be written as B dot dl, B dot dl1. We are going to calculate the direction of the magnetic field. Magnetic field is acting in this direction, and dl is also acting in the same direction for the each and every elementary portion. Or you can say that the angle between the B1 dl1, B2 dl2 and Bn dl1 is 0. So integration over the closed path B dot dl is equal to B1 dl1, B2 dl2 up to so on Bn dln. And we have calculated the magnetic field due to the straight current carrying conductor, that is given by B is equal to mu naught by 4 pi 2I by the distance of the observation point. So B1 will be mu naught by 4 pi 2I by R1 into dl1. Similarly B2 can be written as mu naught by 4 pi 2I by R2 dl2 up to so on, not by 4 pi 2I by Rn dln. Okay, so mu naught by 4 pi 2I is common. Inside the bracket you are left with dl1 by R1 dl2 by R2 up to dln by R. And here we have written dl1 by R1 is the theta 1, dl1 by dl2 by R2 is the theta 2 up to so on. So it can be written as mu naught by 4 pi 2I into d theta 1 plus d theta 2 up to d theta n. And the sum of all the angles is equal to 2 pi. So mu naught by 4 pi 2I into 2 pi. You are left with mu naught into I. And we have started with the B dot dA. So the line integral of magnetic field over the closed path is equal to mu naught times the current that is threaded in the circuit. Clear? So this is the definition and proof of the Ampere's circuital law. Next we are going to discuss applications of Ampere's circuital law. In the first application, we are going to calculate the magnetic field due to straight current carrying conductor. First application is the magnetic field due to straight current carrying conductor. Let us suppose we have a current carrying conductor I. We have a current carrying conductor I, and we have to calculate the magnetic field at a point P at a distance R from this current carrying conductor. Now firstly I am going to draw Amperian loop. This will be the Amperian loop. Now the direction of the magnetic field can be calculated by applying the right hand rule that you have already used in 10th class. Point the thumb in the direction of the current and the curl the fingers. The curling of the fingers give the direction of the magnetic field B. Okay. So B dot and IDL will be same direction DL. So the line integral of magnetic field B dot DL, that will be equal to B DL cos 0 degree B into DL. Sorry, B DL, B outside, and DL will be 2 pi R. R is the radius of the loop. Now, according to Ampere's circular law, according to Ampere's circular law, B dot DL is the mu naught I. From here you will get mu naught I, that is equal to B into 2 pi R, or B will be equal to mu naught by 2 pi I by R, multiply by 2 and divide by 2. You will get B is equal to mu naught by 4 pi 2 I by R. This is the magnetic field due to the current carrying conductor at a distance R from this current carrying conductor with the help of the Ampere circular law. Clear? Now next application is we are going to calculate the magnetic field due to current carrying solenoid. Magnetic field due to current carrying solenoid. Magnetic field due to this current carrying solenoid. Now, to calculate the magnetic field due to current carrying solenoid, all of you know that this structure is known as the solenoid. Helical loops we have make the cylindrical loop coil, or you can say that, in which the length of the coil is very large as compared to the area of cross section of this coil. Now we are going to calculate the magnetic field due to this current carrying solenoid. Let us suppose N is the length of the solenoid, length, I is the current, and small n is the number of turns per unit length. Number of turns per unit length, current I, L is the length, and N is the number of turns per unit length. Now, I am going to, let us suppose this is the point P. You can say that in between here, where we want to calculate the magnetic field. Draw the Amperian loop. I have drawn this rectangular Amperian loop. Name it as the A, B, C and D. Now apply the Ampere circular law. B dot dl is mu naught I total. What will be the total current? Mu naught I into total number of turns. From here, mu naught I Now I am going to solve the left hand side of this equation. So B dot dl can be open for this AB, from B to C, C to D, and from D to A. So A to B, B dot dl plus B to C, B dot dl plus C to D, B dot dl plus D to A, B dot dl mu naught n L I. Okay. Now come here. From A to B, the direction of the magnetic field B is from A to B. So both are acting in the same direction. The angle will be 0. So it can be written as integration A to B, B dl cos 0. Now what about this? From B to C. From B to C, this one. The length is upward direction, magnetic field is, angle is 90. So the cos 90 will be 0. Second term is going to be 0. Third term, this is out of this solenoid. So practically we are going to consider here the magnetic field 0 and going to make it 0. From A to D to A, again the angle will be 90 degree. Angle is 90, so it is going to be 0. So from here we have only mu naught n L on the right hand side. So from here you will get B into dl, that is the length of the solenoid, B to L, that is mu naught n L I. L goes with L, B is equal to mu naught n L. This is the magnetic field due to this current carrying solenoid at the point P. And if we are going to move toward the ends, at the ends the magnetic field will be half, at the ends it will be 1/2 mu naught n I. Mu naught n I. Clear? Now next application is we have to calculate the magnetic field due to current carrying toroid. Magnetic field due to current carrying toroid, or you can say that toroidal solenoid. Due to current carrying toroidal solenoid. Toroidal solenoid is nothing. We have a solenoid in the form of the circle. Means in this case the windings are over the circular loop. This is named as the toroidal solenoid. Now we have to calculate the magnetic field due to this toroidal solenoid. Let us suppose R is the radius of this loop. R is the radius of the loop, I is the current, and N is the number of turns per unit length here. Now again according to the Ampere's armature law, B dot dl mu naught I total. What will be the total current in the, that is the, again we are going to calculate mu naught I into total number of turns. And total number of turns will be 2 pi r into n. Okay, the next is we are going to open the B dot dl. It will be B dl cos 0 mu naught n I into 2 pi r. B and I have to pass, that will be 2 pi r mu naught n I into 2 pi. 2 pi r goes to 2 pi r, so B is equal to mu naught n I. So this is the magnetic field due to the current carrying toroidal solenoid. So with this we have ended our chapter, that is the magnetic effects of electric current, and in this chapter we have discussed about the magnetic field, Biot-Savart's law and its applications, and Ampere's law and its applications. Thank you.